You know, the Iran conflict just created a short window for homebuyers. And right here in Sarasota, it may matter even more than you think. Because while everyone's watching the headlines, something is quietly happening underneath. Mortgage rates are already reacting, and most buyers in this market have no idea. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what this means specifically for buyers right here on the Suncoast, how it could impact prices, inventory, and your monthly payment, and what you should be doing right now if you're even thinking about making a move, because this is one of those moments where local timing can make a big financial difference. Now here's what's happening behind the scenes. When global uncertainty spikes like we're seeing right now, money moves fast. Investors start pulling out of riskier assets and they move into safer ones like US Treasury bonds. And when that happens, bond yields drop. Now here's the part most people don't realize. Mortgage rates follow those bond yields. So when yields drop, rates can come down, and that's exactly what we started to see. But here's the catch, especially here in Sarasota. This doesn't last because there's another factor in play, and it's a big one: oil. If this conflict continues or escalates, oil prices go up, inflation follows, and when inflation rises, mortgage rates typically go right back up with it. So what you're getting right now is a potential window, a short-term dip in rates before things possibly shift again. Now let's bring into this what's happening locally, because Sarasota is not a normal market. We're still in a unique position where inventory has increased compared to frenzied years, but demand is still strong, especially from relocation buyers. And here's where this gets interesting. When uncertainty hits, local sellers react. A lot of them hit pause. They don't list. They don't make price adjustments. They just wait. So even though buyers maybe should hold off, what actually happens here is inventory tightens again. Now that keeps pricing more stable than expected. But on the other hand, it often spooks sellers. And sometimes they just want to get out, cut their losses and run. So it's a very fragile few weeks as we see coming up. Now let's talk about builders again, because this is where there's a real opportunity right now in Sarasota. Builders here have been extremely aggressive with incentives. We're talking rate buy downs, closing cost assistance, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars in incentives just to move inventory. So when you combine a temporary dip in mortgage rates with the builder incentives already in place, this is where buyers can stack a huge advantage. Lower rate plus incentives plus more negotiation power than we've seen in years. And this is exactly the type of moment that doesn't last long. Builders will be paying close attention and buying money when rates take a dip, so they can unleash that for future mortgages. Now let's talk about what history tells us, because we've seen this pattern before. During global uncertainty, rates dip briefly, buyers hesitate, and then when things stabilize, rates move back. They move back up and competition picks up again. And then the buyers who waited end up paying more, either in rate or price or even both. And I'm already seeing that hesitation right now. Buyers are saying, let's just wait, see what happens. But in a market like Sarasota, waiting doesn't always create opportunity. Sometimes it removes it. Because if rates jump back up and inventory tightens at the same time, you're right back into a more competitive environment. Now, here's what I would be doing right now if I were in your shoes. First, get fully pre-approved. Not casually browsing, not just looking, but fully pre-approved. Because you can't take advantage of this window if you're not ready to move. And I have a lending consultant, just got off the phone with him, who can get you fully approved in just 5 days. Imagine the negotiation power I can use with that kind of leverage. And second, start focusing on monthly payment, not just price, because even a small movement in rates right now can change your buying power significantly right here in Sarasota. And that could be the difference between getting into a bigger home, a better location, or just settling for less. And third, pay very close attention to new construction. And if you follow our channel, you know that we are the new home experts. This is where I'm seeing the biggest opportunities right now. Builders are still offering incentives, and if rates dip at the same time, you can lock in a deal that may not even exist a few months from now. And finally, you need someone actually watching this market, this local market every single day, because what's happening nationally and what's happening here in Sarasota are not always the same thing. And buyers who win in this market are the ones who move when the numbers make sense, not when the headlines feel comfortable. When it's headline news and everybody knows about it, it's already taken place. Now, if you're in the middle of your home search right now and you're trying to figure out whether this is your moment, whether this is the time to make a move, reach out to me directly by phone, text, or a free Zoom call, where we can take as much time as you need to walk you through exactly how this current shift specifically affects you right here in Sarasota, and how we can get you to your desired rate and payment. Because in a market like this, the right timing and the right strategy can save you tens of thousands of dollars, and missing that window can cost you just as much. For living and buying in Sarasota, I'm Rob Rovnak. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.